Am I going live? Am I going live? Yep, just got an email. Not seeing the screen though in the side. Anyway, maybe I'll bring up the YouTube page and just see so that I can make sure that it's actually going out before I dive in and do what I came here to do. Since it's not showing up over there. Just got an email. Yeah, that looks good. Seeing the screen though in the... Right, so welcome to my very first morning pages with me session. Get my specs on. I don't know if I need the headphones because I'm not listening to anything. Muted the speakers out. Right, so this is something I do every day. It's something that enhances my mental health. Keeps it in the positive zone. And although I'm acknowledging that it's now 10 past midday where I am, so it's not actually morning pages, but it's a Sunday and I got up late and then I had to wait for the house to clear basically so that it would be quiet enough to do this without distractions. And also my mood was in the toilet, if I'm honest, this morning. I was feeling pretty angry and just not in a good place. So my routine was broken and I didn't get to do what I normally do to start my day, which is write my pages. So at the moment I do this with stationery. I handwrite my pages. I've got this brilliant book right now, Pebble Stationery, Cosmo Air Light paper, A5 size, and it's very fountain pen friendly. So this is the process, writing 2 pages every day, generally with fountain pens, not exclusively, but that's more or less how it goes down. And I choose a fountain pen from my little fountain pen wallet, which you'll get to know as I do this more. It's got a few in it. Not all of them I use, some of them I've given up on. Although, actually no, this Twisby Classic I don't use anymore and I should punt, but it's probably not got enough value to make it worth the hassle. Favourite ones, definitely these two. Waldmann Edelfeder and Pelikan M600. These are amazing pens, and I'm a big fan of broad nibs because I like to see a lot of ink going onto the page because it brings me joy. So that's what this is about. What I'm going to be doing is live streaming it because I want to invite you to come and write your morning pages with me as an accountability thing. I've seen a lot of study with me channels on YouTube and they do quite well. And I thought, well, if study with me helps you to study, why not have a morning pages with me live streamed to help you to write in a journal. Now I do publish mine. That's part of my accountability kind of process. I'm not inviting you to do that because I do acknowledge that that's a little bit weird. Works for me, so I do it, but you know, generally speaking, morning pages is a thing that one does for oneself. And the concept of it, I learned about probably by a windy road. But I think it originally came from Julia Cameron, her book called The Artist's Way, which I read a couple of years ago and really enjoyed. And it seemed quite clear to me that Julia Cameron is maybe coming from a place of addiction recovery, because a lot of the terms that she uses in her book would suggest that. And I'm in AA myself, so I'm familiar with the language, the jargon. I know how that works. And so it seemed that she's coming from a place of recovery, and that's precisely where I'm coming from. And as exercises go, as habits go, it's one of the most effective things that I do every day for my mood. I consider it as a step 10, which is why my channel here that you're watching now is called Taking Personal Inventory, or Inventory in Scotland, as we pronounce it, because I'm considering it as a step 10 process. I'm taking personal inventory through my book, through my journaling, and then I suppose I'm promptly admitting it by putting it up on my Substack and on my newsletter page at camscampbell.com. So that's kind of the background of what this is about. I've been writing journals for years and years and years, since 1986 actually. Not every day, but on and off since 1986. Some of them obviously are quite cringeworthy to read, and I'm quite sure that looking back on the stuff I'm writing now might make me cringe a bit in later years. I acknowledge that, but I don't care. So that's the process. My concern is mainly how to keep this going if I want to sit outside, which I do quite a lot, just through the window there. But I'm hoping I'll be able to find a way of pointing the camera through the window or out the open window so that I can carry this thing going while I'm sitting outside, because I don't want to give that up, because it's one of life's absolute pleasures, sitting out on the porch. I can't do it today because it's too windy and stormy and rainy, because it's Scotland in summer. That's how we roll in Scotland. But yeah, I'm hopeful that I'll be able to figure that out and make it not too complicated a process, because if it gets too complicated, you know, friction and all that. So yeah, that's my intro. You've got the idea. What I'll probably do is play some of my Chilled Scotland videos on this monitor here while I'm doing it, so that we've got a nice ambient video to watch. That's the thing I do, is I make ambient videos around Arran and beyond, city walks or just grass blowing in the wind, which is what this one is. Stuff like that. Generally recorded with good quality audio, binaural mics or a VR mic, and then I publish them up on my Chilled Scotland channel, which you can search for and find if you have a mind. But I thought it'd make nice content to play in the background while I'm doing this, rather than pay for like a Epidemic Sound music license or something. I'll play my own videos, so I'll get the play count as well. It's always helpful, and I think it'd be nice background sound. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's I'm finished all my banter now. I'm just going to crack on with my writing. If I do find myself having to cough, in fact, maybe what I'll do is I'll just mute this mic now, so you're not hearing house noises. You're only hearing the sound of the wind in the grass and the flies buzzing over the microphone. So here we go. Before I do that, I need to go to the bookshelf and get a book to place underneath the pad. I might angle the camera down so you can see the pad as I'm writing. In fact, I'll do that now. So excuse my hands. I'll keep myself in frame and have the pad in frame. How's that? Pretty good. So you can see that I want to raise this up, so I'm going to go and get a book to do that. That's a book my daughter bought me, which is a sequel to a book I read, but it's book 3 and I read book 1 and I don't have book 2, so I haven't read it yet. but I'm going to get book 2 and read it because book 1 was a banger. Right, I'm going to play the video, mute my mic so you don't have to listen to me coughing and blowing my nose and stuff, and I'm going to see where my writing takes me today. Join me if you feel like it. Oh yeah, I will say that this generally will go out, tends to be between 9 and 10 UK time. So if you want to join, look out for a notification coming out between 9 and 10. Might be a little earlier some days. Well, let's say between 8 and 10. Look out for a notification. And if it's something that you want to do on a more consistent basis, I'm willing to consider setting a specific time and even getting up on an alarm and making sure that I'm sitting down at a particular time if that helps you. So if you find that to be the case, let me know. Right. I'm going to play this. And I'm going to mute this. And then I'm going to check what's happening over here. Anyway, maybe I'll bring up the YouTube page. Mental health. Keeps it in the positive zone. And although I'm acknowledging that it's now 10 past midday where I am, so it's not actually morning pages, but it's a Sunday and I got up late. With stationery, the handwriting my pages. So this is the process. It's one of life's. listen to the flies, Right. Let's get the mics on. Right, writing session's done. What I normally do then is take a picture, photograph the page, and then fire it up on my Substack and on my website at camscampbell.com. So I'll take care of that. I see I've got some comments, so let's have a look. Thanks for tuning in. My friend Barge is giving me a rundown of his day. Watch Lot sitting writing at a desk. Excellent. And Kenneth, who sent me a previous message, which I did see. You might not remember me. We used to socialise a bit when we were younger. I'm a friend of Craig Rennie, and I know Alan Dubinico. Okay. Name doesn't ring a bell. Sorry, Kenneth, but thank you for reaching out. Been watching your posts for a while now and thought we could have tea and a chat if you're in Ayr/Prestwick. Yeah, I'd be game for that, definitely. The more people I can talk to, have conversations with, and just see where they go, you know, I'm definitely down for that. So I would suggest that you send me an email. Send to camscampbell@gmail.com, and then I'll have you in my contacts, and I'll be able to let you know when I'm coming over. Not sure when the next time will be. Probably going to be a Masonic meeting, I would think, of some sort, either in, well, probably in Prestwick, which would, I suspect, be sometime in September, maybe. Quite a lot of times, if I'm over, I get stuck, and then I have to go and find accommodation, which is usually with my pal Roscoe, who you might also know. He's a good pal of mine in Ayr. But yeah, if I get stuck, I'll definitely have time. I was never very memorable. I'll probably know you to see, I'm quite sure I will. I just don't remember the name. If you're pals with Craig Rennie, I guess you're a wee bit older than me. So, yeah, maybe that's why I don't. And we've all got, you've got your own story, yeah. I'm always keen to hear other people's stories. Maybe when I find the courage to get guests on my podcast, maybe we could do that at some point if you were down for that as a guest. Could be interesting, I don't know. I'm presuming that there's some addiction stuff going on there, Kenneth. Assuming, you know. So anyway, that's me. I'm going to get off now, get this stuff published. If you want to read what I've just written, it was actually alright. Came out not bad, I think. That'll be going up on my Substack and also at camscampbell.com. So yeah, Kenneth is telling me that he's 55. Yeah, so you've got a few years on me. You'll have known Skeesh and all that. Doc, Pluk, trying to think who else I know that kind of is that age. McGlosh comes to mind. Jock Somerville. I'm sure we've got a lot of folk in common. From the old days, the old cargo days down the beach at the beach parties and all that. Bloody hell. How about that for a training ground for an alky? Prestwick Academy and all that. That was a decent place to learn how to drink, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm going to get off now, publish this stuff, and wish you all a good day. Thanks for those that came along and joined in. This is my first experiment doing this, so it's encouraging to see a couple of folks showing up. I'm hoping that this becomes something that can start to help people. It's something I do anyway every day, so why not just live stream it and see if I can get some people to join in and do this amazing habit. Right, have a great Sunday everybody.